We are live. Chapapa TV. What I want, you got to find to heaven. Like a plane to heaven. Q&A tonight. Q&A. Drinking water, no alcohol, so I can answer your questions expeditiously, seriously, of course. Live Q&A with Chapapa TV. Coming to you live from Brazil. What it do, who's here? You guys know the deal. You gotta say good morning. Good evening. Sorry. Good evening. What it do? Just let this thing cook a little bit more. You make my dreams come true. Y'all see this wonderful view? Yo, I can't get tired of this view, man. I can't get tired of this view. Hopefully, somebody in this Q&A tonight asks, "Yo, how talk about what's good with this view? What's the name of this neighborhood?" You guys will laugh when you hear like the name of this neighborhood is called Brooklyn, like Brooklyn, New York. I know wherever I go, I can't escape it. Yo, garden scientist, my guy, what it do? Where you been hiding at, bro? It's really good. My man's GS is always here, always on time. I put a little Daryl and Oats today, like, what I want, you got. Fine. Yo, garden scientist said, good evening, first one. Who else is here with me? Y'all know the deal. Y'all come on. Be nice. Good morning, wherever you watch it from. Good evening. I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for this, but whatever. This is my jam. What I want, you got. All right, no copyright, no copyright. Yo, what's up? What's up, Garden Scientist? Yo, hit me up, bro, because I want you definitely as a moderator because some of these lives it gets a little too out of pocket. If you understand what I'm saying. So hit me up on the email or on the Instagram, Chapapa TV. I really appreciate your help. Got some more folks in here. Yeah, don't be shy. Good evening. Live Q&A tonight. Whatever you guys want to ask me. Dominican Republic, Brazil. We got it. DR is going through their post-storm phase right now. Santiago was without power last night. But I'm trying to get my guy Jorge on eventually. They doing good. You know, when you thing is when you're gonna move to Dominican Republic, you gotta know where to stay, right? So if you're gonna stay in Punta Cana or Puerto Plata, know that you're by the bodies of water. So you're gonna get the brunt of those storms, right? Santiago is more like in the middle. How can I explain it? Santiago is protected by like mountains, so the most you'll get is wind. You'll get high winds though, but you won't get like any water flooding the streets, none of that stuff. So power was knocked out for Santiago last night. So we got power back this morning. But what do you expect? It's hurricane season. Yeah, Garden, you definitely gotta hit you with that wrench. I don't know how to set it up, so you just gotta walk me through it. But I definitely want some more moderators in here. Good evening, y'all. For those of you joining this chat, what up? What it do? Live Q&A, whatever you want to ask me, whatever you want to ask me, I'll answer your questions tonight. Some of you guys may be new to the channel. First off, let me tell you, welcome and thank you. You guys may have come from the TaylorMade Dreams channel when I last did the live there. I appreciate you guys. Just a Q&A about me, about any information you want for Dominican Republic, Brazil, and just to chop it up with you guys, chop it up with the subscribers. I see Haitian Gunman in here, Sakafet Nekbam. Haitian Gunman is always showing love. Just to chop it up with you guys, chop it up with the subscribers, whatever you guys want to talk about. This is just a light Q&A tonight. So I see Garden Scientists, see Haitian Gunman, whoever else is watching, please say hello. Don't be shy. What up, Joel? With the first question, thank you. I see you. I see you. And we're gonna get to that. But Joel, I don't know if you know how we do on the show, but we normally start the show off like this. All right, so Joel's first question of the night. First question tonight. Thank you, Joel. Is your cost of living cheaper in Brazil than in the Dominican Republic? The only thing that has gone up for me, honestly speaking, is the rent. The rent has gone up for me, and let me break that down. The rent in Dominican Republic, you really don't have a way to control that because there's the corruption. There's people charging what they want. There's really no balance. Like for a 4,000 peso apartment, somebody may charge you 12 or 15, things like that. So can you say you're really getting what you're paying for? Here in Brazil, my rent went up. Definitely, I'm paying $600 more than what I was paying for rent in Dominican Republic. But I am also getting, my money's worth. So I'm on the 18th floor, nice neighborhood in Sao Paulo. Literally got a shopping mall right around the corner, restaurant across the street, some more bars and things down the block. The building itself, since I've been here, power hasn't gone out. It has a little supermarket downstairs in the building, like right in the building. It has a pet place, two pools, a gym, a sauna, a jacuzzi room, a little Japanese tea room, office. It's a very nice place. So you're definitely getting what you're paying for. Definitely getting what you're paying for. So with me, yeah, I'm paying more rent than what I was in Santiago. But in Santiago, I was overpaying, even though I was paying $600 less. I was overpaying in Santiago, right? Yeah, it had the pool, it had the gym. Gym wasn't all that. It had the security. At the time, it was a good price. But what happens? Power kept going out. The condominium didn't have backup power. Like, come on. Power kept going out, issues with the water going out. So it was like, all right, yeah, rent is cheap, cool apartment, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, but it came with issues. Here in Brazil, with the rent, and you could live cheaper. Honestly, y'all don't have to like come out here and spend big bucks on rent. You could live cheaper, but just know here in Brazil, when it comes to rent, you definitely get what you pay for. So excellent question, Elvis. Buenas noches. He says, "Hey Chapa, I heard Punta Cana is fucked up with the big storm passing through. Is Sasua being affected by the storm?" Um, Pura Plata, I just said this earlier. Pura Plata, Punta Cana. Those cities that are by body of waters, they're gonna get it worse than more of the cities that are inland. So definitely, I believe Flip Flop did a live on that, talking about Sasua. But definitely, I remember when I was living in Pura Plata and I was there during hurricane season. It definitely was an issue, with flooding and power going out and tree lines falling out. So don't be surprised. Yeah, Haitian gunman, egg palm, $600 more, bro. My rent right now. All right, so when I first moved, I'm gonna pass you guys through my various rent stages in the Dominican Republic, right? When I first moved out to the Dominican Republic, yeah, I know I was living in Puerto Plata. My rent was $800. $800 for a full house, gated community, top to bottom. All mine, $800 flat. Ended that lease early because I really got tired of Punta Cana super fast, super fast. It was like too slow for me. Um, Everybody knew everybody. It was like, yo, it was like, all right. And I felt the infrastructure could have been better. Moved to Santiago, cut my rent by more than half. My rent in Santiago when the dollar was strong was about $315. I was paying $315 a month when I first moved to Santiago, depending what the dollar was. The dollar was like 58, 57. It was doing great. I remember at one point it hit 60. So my rent would go from 315 to 325 to 330, depending what the dollar was. Santiago, right there in Gurabo. And my landlord put the rent up this year actually before I moved. Last year she didn't put it up, and I'm going to give you guys a tip, right? Say you guys move to the Dominican Republic full time, and you guys sign a contract. You guys got to read that contract because in the contract they will sneak in there like, hey, every year from your anniversary of moving into this apartment, we are able to add another 10% on. So with me, I hit my landlord with the yo, I'm looking for another apartment, that. She was like, yo, no. If you stay, because us as Americans there, they know it's unless you're a messed up individual, they know you're gonna pay on time every month, and they're not gonna have to chase you for the money. So she's like, "Hey, I won't add the 10% on if you stay." Because at that time, I wanted to move to another complex. I was in Torre Real 4, Torre Real 6 just popped up. So I was like, all right, you know what? Let me go to Torre Real 6. And then my landlord was like, listen, if you stay, I'll keep your rent the same for another year. You got to move. So I was like, all right, no problem. And I stayed. But this year, she put the rent up. So my rent went from like, and the dollar took a hit too. So my rent went from 315 to last time I paid rent in Garabo, it was like 420. Still not bad, but rent did go up and rent is going higher. And be careful, be careful, be careful where you guys are going to rent, because some of the prices you'll get, and I'm not just talking the gringo prices, some of the prices you'll get is not worth the area or the building. Because I know they're charging like 26,000 pesos for the first floor in that complex. And it's not worth it because you're at Torre Real 5. They have the 6. 7 is just out. One of my boys live in 7. 7 is out. So, be careful with that. Do your consultations. I definitely have boots on the ground, still contacts for rentals and things of that nature in Dominican Republic. But any more questions, let me know about DR, about Brazil. If you're just joining this live, please hit me up. Let me know who's in here. Good evening. MD, what's up? What's cracking? He says utility bills, including your rent. No. Um, what's included? I just moved in here like end of July. What's included? Water. Water is included, and that includes building maintenance. Also, building maintenance. So my light bill, believe it or not, for the first month was 100 reais. That was $20. I was flipping out when I saw that. I was like, "Yo, is this for real?" And the landlord sent me the bill, and she was like, "Yeah, this is your bill. This is your light bill, 20 reais." So I'm like, I ain't gonna argue with you, lady. No problem. And gas was cheap as well. I forgot how much gas was, but no, it's just rent and building maintenance. And when you see this building, I'm in MD, you'd be like, all right, the maintenance is good. I definitely feel like maybe pre-pandemic, like pre-inflation, everything that's going on, I definitely probably could have got it, maybe a little bit cheaper. But hey, at that time, I was living in DR, so you get what you get. Joel says, "How do you sustain yourself financially? Do you earn money online? Have a military pension, trust fund, baby, won the lotto in the United States?" Yo, man, I'm playing the lotto, man. I'm not. I'm gonna put this out in the universe because I'm a firm believer in law of attraction. I'm gonna hit the lotto. I'm gonna hit the lotto. My brother Jorge. Shout out to Jorge. He always says like, "Yeah, man, you already hit the lotto." But I'm like, "Nah, I want to hit the lotto." But as far as your question, how I sustain myself financially, I am a disabled veteran. I got to 100%, and I just did a live with another veteran who has a veteran clinic in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic. So any of you veterans who are looking to get your disability rating up and move out of the country or live elsewhere, you definitely want to check out that past live that I did. And you're definitely going to want to hit up Alan, or you're going to want to hit up Jorge if you're going to Santiago. And there's two clinics. There's Alan, and then there's this Santiago clinic. So you can actually, if you can sustain your lifestyle abroad, with whatever little percentage you have or no percentage, just go to the VA clinics, start your process up, and then you'll be good. Asian says, "How much you think the purchase price on your apartment will be?" I don't know. That's a good question, but I do know from what I've seen online. And I don't know if I want to put this on the internet, because when you say things on the internet, everybody find out about it and they go flock to it. But apartments are cheap out here in Brazil. From what I see, like, okay, so from Rio, what I'm seeing from Rio, apartments are cheap. The price of this apartment, I don't know, bro. I say for the neighborhood, maybe in the 30s, 40s, it's cheap. Apartments are cheap out here. Haitian government in Brazil? Yeah, that's a good question though. It's definitely it's I've definitely downgraded in size compared to Santiago, but I have a balcony. I've had a balcony in like 2 years. And the view, y'all know on Chapapa TV how we do the views. So it's definitely it's definitely one of those things where like you get what you pay for. Get what you pay for. Any other questions y'all got for me tonight on DR, Brazil, things that I've gone through in both countries? How I find the people, how I find the food, the situations, dating, both in Dominican Republic and in Brazil. What else? Meeting people, friends. What other questions you got? Open book tonight. I know Haitian Gummin stay asking me these questions. So maybe tonight I might answer it. I ain't sipping on none tonight, just drinking some high quality H2O. But I know Haitian Gummin always got the same question for me. All right, Jake. My plan was to move to Santiago, DR. But now I'm not sure. I want to go to Santo Domingo or just go to Asia instead of Latin America. Do you still recommend Santiago? All right, Joel. For this, I gotta get a little personal. How's your Spanish? Um, what type of lifestyle do you want to live in a DR? And answer me those two questions, and I could better recommend what you should do. Do you plan on driving when you move to the Dominican Republic? You plan on owning a car? What type of place do you want to have? Things like that. So I could really, really help you out because I'm just gonna be as honest as possible because Santiago may be for you, it may not be for you. Santo Domingo may be for you or it may not. So based on what you could tell me more about yourself, I'll be able to help you out. Hey, number says, "Yo, let's do it. Yo, let's do it. Whatever y'all got, man. Yo, y'all can ask me just about anything, man. Just about from expats, what it's like coming across other Americans living in these countries because just bad in the world, and just because you guys feel like you're isolated, not really isolated, but just we feel like you're grouped up other Americans. That don't mean that they're all good. I've had to learn that the hard way when I've had so-called American, somebody you guys have seen before on the channel, like go to my apartment, fuck it up, take my shit, and just be careful, y'all. Where y'all meet people. He says my Spanish is good. I'm a single guy, nothing fancy. I would never drive in the DR. Uber. Okay. Uber is rough in Dominican Republic, in my experience. Uber is rough and it's gotten tougher. Why do I say that? Because it's not like Uber in the States where like you can report somebody and they'll be in trouble for trying to overcharge you or rob you or messed up car or being late or canceling on you. Not. If you guys will notice, for those of you who've used Uber in the Dominican Republic, sometimes you get a driver and it's not even a person in the picture. Like it's nuts. It's not the person in the picture. It's not the car. Now there's this thing where it's like you call a Uber and the Uber driver will accept, right? Number one, if you're gonna pay with card, you're asked out. You're asked out. They're not gonna take no trips with card. Rarely anybody, any Uber driver in the DR would take a trip with card if you're paying with card. Why? Porque necesito dinero ahora. They want efectivo. They want the cash in hand. They can't wait for the payday. I don't know what it is, but if you use a card Uber, you're asked out. Next, they'll ask you how you're paying, which annoys me. Like if I put cash, right, you should see that it says cash. They'll hit you up, be like, how you're paying. Meanwhile, all this is going on, they still haven't, moved to come get you. And then they hit you with the, well, gas has gotten higher. Can you pay for this so you can pay for that? They try to up the price on you through Uber. more than what the application says. Example, I remember one time I flew into Santiago and I wanted to go home. My Uber said 500 pesos. Tell me why the man accepted the ride, hit me up like, for where you're going, I'll do it for 1500. I told him 1500 in your ass. He wants 1,500 pesos just to take me 10 minutes from the airport. And it's mad abusadores going on. It's abuse. Like if you're coming from the airport, automatically assume you got money. So they're gonna overcharge on Uber. It's little things like that that just like kind of snowballed into me. I'm like, yo, I don't want to deal with this. So if you know that you're gonna be Ubering around, my advice to you is if you come across a really solid Uber, get their number, maybe become friends with them, and then you just use them personally. I would say get about two Ubers. So, if one's unavailable, you got the other. Driving is not for the faint of heart, and Uber is not for the faint of heart. So, definitely keep that in mind, Joel. But if you're a simple guy, Santiago's simple. If you're more a guy, if you like, you might be able to come across more women that speak English in the capital, more working women, definitely. But the traffic is brutal. But there's more restaurants, there's more bars, there's more clubs, there's more things to do in the capital, Santo Domingo. But if you're simple, Santiago could be cool. Just live in a place, man, with security and with backup power. That's all I can tell you. James, what's up, bro? He says, "How is Sao Paulo treating you?" It appears to be a great time, bro. Sao Paulo is amazing, man. Really amazing. Like I'm really happy. Like it was one of those unpredictable gambles that I took, not knowing anything about the city, and I came here, and everything's just working out. I mean, from the infrastructure to the people to the prices, Uber is cheap, food is cheap. There's so many places where you could just eat or drink or hang out. There's like 15 malls. Um, Weather, it's winter time right now. Weather's been a little bit iffy, but other than that, Sao Paulo is great, man. Like just the parks are great. I've only been going to one park. I know there's another one. I gotta go check it out. But the parks are great, freaking huge, man. It's like Central Park. Malls are really fancy here, y'all. Really fancy. I mean, like they got money in these malls. I walked in. I remember walking in one mall last week. I went on a movie date with the lady, and walked in this mall, and the mall had like Prada and Gucci and Burberry and all this fancy stuff. And my wallet just wanted to like just jump out my pocket and go back home. Like it's really fancy out here. Sao Paulo is great though, man. Been hanging out sometimes on Fridays, go down to Republica, and there's like this inner block, and they just block it off, and it's just like half the city there just drinking and live music, and it's a good time, and it's food, and it's hookah. It's really really cool, man. Really cool, Sao Paulo, definitely. But I definitely want to go check out these other cities. I want to go check out Salvador. I want to go check out, go to Bahia, go to Florianopolis down in the south. Definitely looking for that. Maybe to start doing that after the World Cup, because World Cup starts in November, and you guys know in countries like Colombia and Brazil, they're gonna go crazy. It's definitely keep you guys turn on that notification bell for the content for the shorts. I've been putting up a lot of shorts lately because it helped me get content out to you guys faster. But definitely keep a lookout for that. Yo, what's up, you guys? I see a few more people joining the lives. Good evening. Holla at me. Let me know who's here. How you guys doing? Just a quick Q&A tonight on whatever you guys been wanting to ask me, whether it be personal stuff about Brazil, stuff about Dominican Republic, whatever you guys got. Just let me know. Are you still considering residency? Yes, I'm in my residency process. So all my documents have been apostilled, notarized, and arrived in Brazil. And right now, I'm just waiting to submit them to what they call federal, right? Federal is basically like the police building and all these things where you got to submit your passport and your FBI background check and your proof of income. But I paused the process because I have to go back to the Matrix in October. I got to go there for a very special birthday to the Matrix. So once I come back, the firm that I'm working with, very great people. Shout out to Mike firm that I'm working with will submit my documents because after they submit, I gotta turn on camera. After they submit, I gotta stay in Brazil for about 30 days, so I can't leave the country. So definitely going through residency because residency will make it easier. It'll make it easier on the passport because I don't gotta keep getting stamped on a passport. I don't have to leave for 180 days out of the year and then come back. So definitely lots of benefits having your residency. Joel says I already spent about a month in Santiago in 2020. I liked it, but still was not sure long term. All right, so if you're still not sure, and Joel, you're retired, do two or three. I'll say do two or three in both. Right? Don't commit long term yet. Do an Airbnb or try to crash with somebody. Do two or three in both, and figure out what you like from there because you never know, bro. You might say DR, Santo Domingo, Santiago, and then you might end up saying like, what, let me go check out Colombia or let me go check out Thailand or Brazil. Because like I said, when I first moved out there, bro, I was like, yo, Puerto Plata was it. I was like 5 minutes from Russell. I had the beach right there. I was right by the Malecon. I was like, Puerto Plata was it. And what? Signed in October, November, December, January, February, March. I signed in October. By March, I canceled my lease to move to Santiago because I just got tired of Puerto Plata, and I signed a 1 year lease. So definitely take your time and do all that you got to do. Jay says, "Are you heading to Florida or anywhere else down south?" Nah, I'm not from the south. I'm from New York, so I'll be heading up north. And to be honest, bro, when I go to the states, I try to spend as little time as possible before I go crazy because I just uh, it's always something like crying within me whenever I go back when I'm on that plane going back. So if it was for other responsibilities, um, the states would definitely see less of me. But I'm not going to the south. I'm gonna be upstate. BL, thank you for the first super chat of the night. Don't be shy, y'all. Y'all can hit that super chat button. Make sure you guys hit the like button, please, on your way in and on your way out. Hit that like button. BL says, "Hey, bro, good to see you again. Can you walk us through what your first week was like? How did you make the initial connections?" Okay, so my first week in Sao Paulo, it was a bit of a doozy, right? I was in an Airbnb. I had to get an Airbnb super, super last minute. Long story short, I thought I found an apartment, while I was in DR, and come to find out the apartment was non existent, right? Found this out about maybe 2, 3 days before I initially flew out to Sao Paulo. So what did I have to do? I had to get an Airbnb. Got an Airbnb for at least a month so that way I had time to look around. Other than that, other than the apartment stuff, it was cool. It was just me walking around. I definitely did a video on the first walk around, first day in Sao Paulo. What was that like? So BL, when you get the chance, go back and watch that. Um, I already knew someone out here. It was the same person, Rudy. Shout out to Rudy, who introduced me to Sao Paulo, who told me about it because I met Rudy when I was in Rio. And so once I got out here, I hit him up. He introduced me to other people and then, exchange numbers. And then from that on, you just go. So the first week was a little bit of a transaction, due to the apartment thing, but I was able to go out. I was able to like meet people. I was able to like go around the city a little. So the first week was, it wasn't as expected, but it wasn't the worst. So I can't complain. Thank you for the super chat. Joel says, will you marry a Brazilian lady since you like Brazil?" Yo, you see the thing, man, about marriage, man, I don't know how I feel about marriage. Like I could love somebody, but why does the government have to get involved with my love? Right? Why do I have to sign a piece of paper saying how much I love you or spend X amount on a ring just to prove my love? What's marriage exactly? Like, can we just be like lifetime lovers or I don't know. I don't know. I could form a union, with somebody if there's much of a difference. But would I marry a Brazilian lady to like Brazil? Shit, man, I can't call it. I want to say I'd be open to the right things. Things got to be right. I won't force it. I won't, say no. I won't say yes. Things got to be right. Right now, I met this amazing person. We've been talking for a little. We've been hanging out. Amazing lady, and really like made me even like say more like, damn, yo, Brazil's awesome. Brazil's awesome because she's awesome. Definitely met some great people out here. So Joel, you just gotta find out in the next coming years if Chapapa puts up a wedding video or a short or I put somebody on the channel because I definitely think next time I don't even know if I ever do get on this shit, would I put something on the channel again? I don't know. I really don't know because we did that last time in DER and we all know how that worked out. We know how that worked out. Them videos are still up. Can't edit that person out. So we know how that worked out. So let's see, Joel. I keep you posted. Javier, my guy. Javier just moved out to Dominican Republic, y'all. Javier just moved out to Dominican Republic. That deserves a round of applause. My guy's in Santiago. I think I don't know where he's staying at now. Javier, did you get a place yet? But Javier's been following the channel since last year. Been keeping me up to date on his move. Just plugged him in with the internet guy, but now he's out there with Jorge and the other cats. Just moved out to the Dominican Republic. Yeah, packed up his family, his kids, the dog, moved out to the Dominican Republic. That's my dude Javier. And shout out to him, man. Shout out to people doing the most out of their opportunity, doing what they got to do to find a better place to live where they feel mentally stronger, happier, physically, spiritually. That's important, y'all. That's important. I know the other night on Russ's live, we had some commotion and people like, oh, hey, the states this, states that. Man, I've been hearing it. Listen, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Moving ain't for everybody. But if you know it's for you, if you think it's for you, salute to you, man, because the world is huge. World is huge. Don't let that fear stop you. If you guys missed that live, make sure you guys go on TaylorMade Dream channel. Go watch that guest appearance I did. Very, very great live. Joel says, yeah, I agree long term. Puerto Plata is boring. I also spent a month there. There is only one small you get tired of Monaco eventually. Yeah, you get tired of Monaco eventually. Bro, and people know each other like Puerto Plata is so small. Let me tell you a story. When I first moved to Puerto Plata, I was dating some chick that works at the airport. She still works there. I was dating her, met her family, met her mom, met her sister, right? And then we call it off. A few months, not a few months after that, met a hairdresser, work at a salon. We started dating, da da da. Then we call it off. Months later, tell me why. Was it the hairdresser or the airport chick? One of them hit me up like, oh, I'm working with your ex girlfriend's little sister. And I'm like, what? Who? And then she sent me a picture of my ex girlfriend's little sister. And I think that was the moment where I was like, yeah, I got to get out of Puerto Plata. Puerto Plata's way too small. Way too small. Not that I was doing dirt or anything, but I'm like, man, what's the what a coinky dink, right? To be working, it was just too much, too much. So I was like, nah, Puerto Plata is too small. So I definitely have to get out of here. Haitian government. I met one Haitian so far. He's a barber. I mean, one Haitian so far. I haven't gone to the area where they stay yet because I've been waiting for somebody to take me because I don't know where to go. But there's a lot of Africans here, a lot of Africans. But when I'm in, the streets, when I'm in, especially downtown Republica, I keep my ears peered for that Creole. I only met one Haitian so far in Sao Paulo. I met one when I was in Rio. but they're definitely out here because I do know they get asylum. Haitians are definitely out here. He says, "Congrats to Javier. Definitely, man. Congratulations are in order because that's big, man. You know, to get the whole family on board and just pack and move to another country. That's beautiful. That's big." Riel says, "What would you say is the average monthly cost of living in the area you live? Also, how easy is it for a veteran to obtain residency?" Sao Paulo is expensive, biggest city in Brazil, but you as a veteran still would make more. So, fun fact, I'm like the only black guy in my building. The only black guy. I'm probably the only American in my building also. Um, Once you take care of rent and utilities, after that, the world is yours here in Brazil. You know, because average monthly income is about 1,500 reais, maybe from 12 to 1,500 reais. Let's see what that is right now. Brazilian 1,500 reais is $291. That's monthly income here. Minimum monthly income $291 maybe, starting from 1,200, 233 to 291. You, even as a veteran, if you're 80%, 90%, that's like what, 1,900. You're already double, triple the salary here. So it's very, very, it's a very unique situation if you come here and you're bringing a US dollar with you. You're being a very unique situation. And it's very easy for veterans to obtain residency in all countries. In Dominican Republic, Colombia, and Brazil is very easy. Why? Because once you are disabled and you're getting the disability from the Department of VA, you qualify for the retirement visa here, right? Because you could prove that you have money coming in monthly, and that falls under the classification of retirement visa. So for veterans in these countries, like I said, you know, the Brazil, the Colombia, you guys hit up Andre, the Brazils, and DRs, very easy for veterans to get residency. And residency is easy. That means you don't got to keep getting your passport stamp. You could do more things that a regular tourist can't do. You can open up a bank account. You can get things in your name. You can get services in your name. So it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth the process. It's good. Javier says, I still haven't known the permanent spot yet. Yeah, keep me posted, bro. Take your time. Make sure you pick the spot that works for you. Definitely want to take your time on that, brother. Yo, Double A, what up? Good evening. Been a minute, bro. Where you been at? What's up, y'all? Who else is here in this chat tonight? Y'all, you guys are like super quiet. I'm here for the questions and answers. Don't ask me the questions and expect the answers later on in the comments on some random video. This is your chance. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. Sao Paulo is crazy big. Definitely, it is the biggest city in all the Americas, including New York and Mexico City. Man, there's parts of Sao Paulo, bro, that's like an hour away. Like the airport, the international airport is like a good 45, 48 minute drive. Sao Paulo is freaking huge, huge. I don't know how long it'll take me to explore all the city. I definitely need a good tour guide because I get lost easy. I have no sense of direction. No sense of direction, yeah. You can tell me go straight and I'll go left. Like no sense of direction. But Sao Paulo is definitely huge and fun. Like they have a Japanese city here called Liberdade, biggest Japanese settlement in South America. And it's so dope. You guys gotta go. It's so dope. Did a little video of that. That's videos up on the channel. Check that out. But Sao Paulo is crazy big, Joel. Definitely. Oh, you in Cabarete. How the storm treating you out there? You got the power and all that stuff. You probably locked in your Airbnb with some boo thing. Hopefully you got power. Mira un poco Netflix, un poco chill, ya tú sabes. Yeah, man. Hey, Government, where you at, man? He says, "Yep, all good." All right, that's good to hear, man. Like I said earlier in the live, DR, got hit by that hurricane. Santiago was without power. Jorge just got power back today, this morning from last night. So imagine what those other water areas like Punta Cana and Puerto Plata are like. So definitely rough this time of the year. BL says hit that like button, people, and if you can, my brother, by super chatting for the Bible info that we're getting. BL, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. You know, people take it lightly. They take it lightly, man. But definitely hit that like button, y'all, please. It'll cost nothing. Helps with the algorithm. It helps videos like these get out to other people who could use the information. So definitely hit that like button. Super chat if you want. Super chat if you like. I greatly appreciate it. Or y'all can hit the Cash App. Y'all can hit the Cash App. Y'all hit the Cash App. Cash App helps me go out, do these videos, get this information for you guys. So BL, definitely appreciate that. Yeah, man, Puerto Plata always gets hit bad, especially because it's like the power is always going out one way or another in Puerto Plata, especially when it rains. Like when I lived in La Estancia in Puerto Plata, man, my power was always going out when it rained. It sucked. So definitely the DR is the land of make sure your place has an inverter. Let's see, 41 minutes in. Joel says, "What's up with Unc? He went quiet again. Baby mama giving him a hard time." LOL. He just did a live um last Thursday with the brother, the Dominican Route channel. Just did a live, great live. Was it last Thursday? Thursday or Friday? I'm actually gonna get him on the channel next. I think I'm probably gonna get him on this week, the Dominican Route. I'm trying to get him on this week, talk to him because I definitely been wanting to chop it up with him. Definitely do a little back and forth. Maybe I think maybe I could finally answer Haitian Gunman's request and talk to the Dominican route about it because he just went through his situation. I'll have him talk about it on the channel. He just went through his situation, so I definitely that'll be a good live. That'll be a good live. But now, him and the Dominican route spoke. Unc is chilling. Unc is chilling. He's about to hit up Cuba, I believe, and go to Thailand in November. So I'm really, really happy for him taking that initiative to not just do DR because I could feel it all the way from Brazil that it was really, really draining his energy mentally, emotionally. So I'm really happy that he's starting to get out, spread his wings. Miss Bessie, good evening and thank you for joining. She asks, is it okay to get a furnished apartment instead of buying a fridge and a stove? I'm in Santiago from Texas, retiree. Okay, let me tell you why, and great question, Bessie. Let me tell you why it's actually not better getting a furnished apartment. Number one, the furniture isn't yours. So anything that happens, even if it wasn't you or happened before or it breaks, you're liable to pay for that. And we all know how things can get with the landlords in that country. So think about it. Another thing, when you rent furnish, you're actually paying for the furniture monthly, if that makes any sense. Think of it as you financing furniture that will never be yours. The difference between furnished places and unfurnished places could be anywhere from 300 to 400 to $500. Yes. I was renting furnished my first time living in Dominican Republic in Puerto Plata, and the rent was $800, right? And then when I told that landlord I wanted to move to Santiago, she asked me if she were to unfurnish the place and lower the rent, would I stay? Her unfurnishing the place, taking away the couch and the table, I think she would have left me with the stove or fridge, maybe, I don't know. But her unfurnishing the place would only put the rent down to 650, 600. So think about that. And that was in 2020. So Bessie, you're better off buying your own furniture. Why? Because you buy it once, you pay that one-time price. and it's yours. If you want to get up and move, that furniture comes with you. But if you rent furnished, now you're paying extra hundreds of dollars. You're paying extra hundreds of dollars. It could be anywhere from $200 to $500 per month for furniture. Ugh, that'll never be yours. So I definitely learned through my time that it's better to rent unfurnished. When I was living in Santiago, I bought my couch, I bought my washer, dryer, stove, my bed, my TVs. My TVs came with me. My babies, I miss my babies so much. Who got my babies right now? Unc got one of them, and Elvis bought the other one. But my TVs, I shipped them from New York. But when I left the Dominican Republic, it was up to the point where all the furniture in my apartment was mine. So you definitely want to start furnishing your own apartment. Buy a fridge, buy a stove, go to the right places. Make sure you have the warranty. Make sure the warranty isn't 1 month or 3 months. Get the warranty for a year. Go to a reputable business, a good place. Yes, some places may cost more, but make sure I don't know if you're into brands, but if you want to buy the LG or the Samsung, make sure it comes with a warranty and they take care of all that stuff for you in case something goes wrong. But definitely, I do not recommend renting furnished because you just end up paying for more. I'll be live with Cerise on TV show tomorrow at 7. Okay, nice. I'm definitely not able to catch that from Brazil, but have fun with that. Ishigami says yes, do it. All right, bro. Just pop up. I gotta check the YouTube airwaves for this week because I know, like, I don't know if you guys noticed lately, like some channels be going live the same night. So maybe one night you'll have Love Crossing Borders and Tailor Made Dreams go live, or you have Kings and Dreams and somebody else go live. So definitely got to check with the traffic, and we shall see. But I definitely will chop it up with Dominican route. We'll exchange all things Dominican Republic. Even though I ain't living there anymore, I explained to him why I left. I'll probably even try to recruit him to Brazil. Never know. Says, okay, that makes sense. You're right. Yeah, so definitely think about that. I know renting furniture is easy because you're like, all right, I don't have to worry about movers, I don't have to do this and that. Depends on your lifestyle. But if it's something that where you're gonna stay for a long time, like more than a year, definitely get your own furniture. Is medical or dental cheaper in Brazil than DR? All right, so there's no veteran clinics here, right? Yet. But healthcare is free. There's insurance, and obviously we all know insurance does better, but healthcare is free. Dental cleaning. Oh, I want to say maybe dental's maybe about around the same as DR. Oh. Bessie asks, "How do I find expats in Santiago?" All right, Bessie. So on Facebook, there's an expat page. There's like three of them, two or three of them. There's an expat page for expats living in the Dominican Republic. So just hop in one of the pages. Introduce yourself and then ask who lives in Santiago, and then a few people will answer. But I do know yo soy Kyla. Shout out to Kyla, just moved to Santiago, and Jorge's out there. So yeah, definitely hop in that Facebook page, and um you will find it. Teddy KGB, what's up? He says spent 6 days in Santiago. I enjoyed my time. I still have some trepidation, but I will be back. Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, Jorge told me he was out there with you, so um, definitely glad you guys enjoyed. But any questions? I see some more people join the chat. Good evening, live Q and A with Chapapa TV. How you doing? How you doing? Say hi. Don't be shy. Any questions you guys have? Brazil, DR, people, food, gasoline. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yo, man, gearing up for World Cup out here in Brazil. I heard it gets crazy. It's like carnival. When they celebrate World Cup out here, it's like carnival. Like they're gonna put the streets green and yellow, and the bars are gonna be full. Like yo, soccer is or football is huge down here, man. Huge. I mean, like just with the regular inner city games. Like if when Sao Paulo wins, like at nighttime you hear like a whole bunch of screaming and this and that. Like people here go hard for football. They go very hard. BL says, "How is the public transportation system?" Yo, the buses are fire. Like they got like these two buses that connect with Wi-Fi and AC. Buses are fire. Train systems, Uber, walking, transportation system here is amazing. Really amazing. But great question. Yo, you could go around by train, by bus. You can't go wrong, and it's cheap, very cheap. Do you like Sao Paulo more than Rio? Definitely, thousand times better. Thousand times better. Rio was cool, but it was giving me that Puerto Plata vibe. It was definitely giving me that Puerto Plata vibe. So I was like, all right, I've been through this episode before. Um, Let me go somewhere else to the bigger city because that's what I did in Puerto Plata, right? I went from the beach town to not beach town, and it worked out. Give me 1 second. So I definitely say 1,000 times yes. Rio's cool, cool to visit, but I prefer Sao Paulo. I haven't been to the capital yet. I know somebody in the capital. It's one of the places on the list. I heard it's hot, very hot, like DR hot. But I haven't been to the capital yet. It's definitely on the list. Yeah, Rio is huge. But with Rio, it's like more you. Rio's too huge if that makes any sense. So when I first started out in Rio, I was in Itaborai, um, and that was far, like far from Cochabamba, like an hour. So I went from Itaborai to Niterói, and then all my friends were my two friends out there was in Recreo and Baja Tayuca. So Rio was huge, and it was just things were too spread out for me. If that makes any sense, very hard to say you want to walk somewhere or whatever. I couldn't find any parks like I did in Sao Paulo. And they always said it was like more areas to be careful with, the favelas and things of that nature. And more touristy. I don't want to like be around tourism like that. So hey Bessie, she says, how do I send money to your super chat? So when you type a comment, I don't know how it looks. There should be like a dollar sign next to it, or say something about send a super chat. Um I'm not sure how it's showing on your YouTube right now. But definitely I have information along on the banner right now if you want to send through any other way. But I appreciate that, Bessie. Thank you. But yeah, man, it's like more city like definitely. Um, I could do without the beach. If I want to go to the beach, there's a beach in Sao Paulo about an hour and a half away. I can do that, but I could do without the beach, like not living in Rio or things like that. And I do want to go to Bahia. I know Bahia has some nice beaches. I want to find like the nicest beaches in Brazil and then compare them to the beaches in Dominican Republic and see what wins. See what wins. Because when I say beach, I'm looking for like the blue water. I'm looking for um the very blue water. Like I mean like that super crisp blue and nice sand and good weather and lots of tiendas. Like Lion Sonata. Lion Sonata be my go-to. Y'all know Lion Sonata. Love it. Hmm. What is the popular dishes served in Sao Paulo? All right, so I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but it's pronounced feijão. Not feijão. Is it feijão? I forgot. Like the pronunciation kills me, but it's basically this bowl, right? And like most restaurants and bars and places serve it like one day a week. Like what I like about here about the restaurants here is like every week they have like a every day they have like a plate of the day, right? Feijão. So it's like this bowl with rice, lots of beans, meat, and it's just like this special clay bowl. Um, that's a very popular dish here, and I'd learned recently like every state has their own thing going on as far as popular dishes. So I definitely want to go out. I think I'm gonna try tomorrow. Go try to get some. I'm gonna go try to get some tomorrow and do a short. And when I go to all these other states, do shorts there also on their food. So it's like every state has their own popular dish. Hey Joel, somebody just asked that. No, not yet. On the list though. I know it's hot. I'm gearing up for that. I hate the heat, but I haven't been there yet. I'm just trying to go around, get good food, good vibes. But the capital is definitely on the list. Salvador is on the list. The South is on the list. So just stay tuned, man. Just stay tuned on the channel. Miss J, what it do? What it do? Shout out to Miss J, blaming on the buggy. She says, I see you doing your thing. Thank you. I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Shout out to Miss J out there, expat in Dominican Republic, Puerto Plata to be exact. I already know the deal. Females could do it too, y'all. It's not just the guys that could get up and move and find happiness. Females could do the damn thing too. Shout out to Miss J. Ask Miss J how she doing. Yeah, Bessie. You might need a VPN. Maybe you don't have to go on your iTunes thing. You might need a VPN, but hit that Cash App or the Zelle right there, going across the bottom. Anybody else want to hit that? Greatly appreciate it. Go straight to me, and not YouTube. So thank you. Any other questions and answers? We about to hit the hour mark on this live for Q&A. Not a lot of questions tonight. Yeah. And I gave you guys the opportunity to ask just about anything. Anything. But if it's a private matter, I understand some matters are private. You can hit me up through the email or the DMs. We'll do some consultations on the side. Consultations are cheap, y'all. Very, very great information. Even some things that I don't even come out and say on YouTube. So make sure you guys are definitely getting your consults in for all things Dominican Republic and Brazil related. Anything Colombia, you guys got to go see my guy Dre over at Love Crossing Borders, Mostly Money TV. But besides that, Chapapa TV is here to help you. And I will be in the Dominican Republic in October. I forgot to mention that. Not sure when, but I will be in the Dominican Republic. I will be bringing some of these hats with me. So for any of you subscribers who are out there, I will be dropping off some hats. Tech Travel 201, good evening. Thank you for the question and popping up. He says, "Is Sao Paulo or brown city? Do you see Negros there or mixed?" Hmm. I'm sorry. I have to think about it because I don't really pay attention to that. Yeah. Okay. So I was just talking about this. So definitely an African community here. There's some Haitians. Depends on the area, right? So I have to go to Republica to see all the Africans, right? Or the darker skinned people. And as you branch out, you can see mixed, you can see brown, you can see white, whatever. So, is it as much as Rio? Maybe not, but I do know the North has more of an Afro Brazilian culture, like Salvador. I need to stop playing and go freaking Salvador, man. I need to stop playing. I wonder when I could do this because November I'm going to Argentina. Argentina is like 2.5 hours away from here. Here for December because in Brazil it's like Colombia. Like you gotta fly to these other cities, right? Don't drive. You gotta fly. I definitely want to start looking into that. Thank you, Tech Trap. I'm gonna write that down in my notes. James, thank you for the super chat. He says, "How has dating been as American?" Okay, so in the beginning, um, I found dating to be normal, right? It is definitely a little bit different if you're American. You, especially an American that lives here, you do capture a little bit more questions, mystery, interest if you're dating here. Depends on what type of dating. You're talking about fast dating, high and buys, blah blah. Um, I've been dating this girl um, that lives here. She's from Sao Paulo, and it's been cool, man. Like really down to earth. She's like super super cool. Like I haven't met a dope vibe like this in a person in a very long time. So dating's been cool. Like last week she made reservations for this restaurant that's like hard to get into. We went and had lunch, and then took me to this Japanese museum. So it's like I would say women here take the initiative, and I like that, especially me not knowing jack shit about what. So it was literally this day where she hit me up. She was like, "Hey, listen, Thursday don't make any plans. I got A, B, and C planning." I'm looking at my phone like, "Okay, all right, we out." So went out to eat. Went out to this Japanese museum. Got some sake. Love the sake down here. Love, love, love the sake. And went to the movie. So it's great, man. And I feel like everybody could find their thing. Because I have my friend Mike. Shout out to Mike. He's from Australia, moved to Brazil, and he married a Brazilian. Right? I have another friend of mine, Paim. He's from California. He was working for Apple. He just went back. He was working remote here, and he was literally crying when he had to go back because Apple called everybody back to the office. So he was crying when he had to go back, and he's like, "Yo, man, the dating experience here, I would never have this in California." So it's definitely great. As an American, I could say dating is great here. BL for the counseling price, hit me up in an email because I don't want to just put that out there on the live stream. Hit me up on the email, realchopabotTV@gmail.com or on Instagram, chopabotTV. Yeah, Dolomite, I got you. I just need to figure out when because, like I said, I got the Matrix in October, Argentina in November, and it's World Cup time. And you know how Christmas gets out here in December. So I think December, I'm going to try to do something in December. I would like. How much is a great apartment, two bedroom with 800 square feet or more? Out here in Brazil, you're depending on your city, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. You're definitely gonna pay maybe the same, if not more, than what you would in Santo Domingo. but for a two-bedroom, depending on the neighborhood, you're gonna pay. Depending on the city, also. I do have. I remember one of my YouTubers, my subscribers, I think Jordan. Jordan was telling me in Bahia, you can get a two-bedroom by the beach for like 430. So it definitely depends on the state. Definitely depends on the area. Miss Bessie says I used the Cash App. Thank you. I just got it. I appreciate it. If you guys hit that Cash App up or that Zelle up whenever you guys want to, support the channel any way you can. Is Sao Paulo a green city, parks and green spaces? Yes. Yes, it is. I have a video up. It's not me going around the full park because if I was going around the full park, it would take like 2 hours. But there's a park here called Ibirapura Park, one of the parks here in Sao Paulo. And bro, when I tell you it's like Central Park, but better, they have bikes you could use for free, like bicycles. You could just hop on and use for free and go around the park. And they also have the bicycles with the carriages, so you could bike or you and somebody could bike, and then they have like the sitting space behind you. It's very dope. Huge lake, running lanes, bike lanes, basketball courts, football fields, play areas for the kids, vending machines, vendors. It's a great, great park. Ibirapura Park. I want to say it's definitely a green city. I see trees. We got the parks. Um, Sao Paulo is green. Definitely. If you're into that type of stuff, you'll definitely enjoy that. James says, "Do you have someone who comes to clean the house?" Yes. And honestly speaking, that is something that has gone up also in terms of cost. So when I was in Dominican Republic, I used to pay my cleaning lady 1,000 pesos. Right now here, I'm paying 200 reais because the cleaning lady lives far. Because like I said, I live in a not normal neighborhood, good neighborhood. So through public transportation, it takes a cleaning lady maybe around 2 hours to get here. So I definitely pay more. I pay about 200 reais. That's around $40 for cleaning. So I have her come clean either every week or every other week. Depends. But it's just me in the house, so it's like sometimes like every other week. So far, have you experienced any racism from white Brazilians? Sao Paulo is kind of known for that. Hmm. Racism or fear? I haven't experienced anything personally. Um, I'm trying to get into the habit of when I see people on the street or when I walk past people, I say, "Hey, hello, how you doing?" Or "Good morning, good afternoon." Have I experienced anything? Mm, Hard to say. I've had situations where like Ubers would like accept and then cancel, or like they wouldn't pick me up if I'm in a certain area. But as far as saying if I experienced any racism, Asian government, there's a hotel right around the corner. I walk past it every time I'm going to the mall. I forgot the name, but there's several good hotels in my area. I'm in Brooklyn, like Brooklyn, New York, but it's spelled Brooklyn, like Brooklyn. So there's some good hotels around there. James asks, is it possible to move up in the social ladder as an American? Access to people with capital, startups, country clubs, etc. Yes, it is. It definitely is because you're coming here, right, James? Depending on how you're coming, if you're working online, if you're coming as a 100% disabled vet, or you're coming with your retirement pension, you're already coming to these countries and you're on the ladder. You're already on a part of the ladder that some people are fighting to get to. So it definitely is possible. If you want to get higher with that, it's up to you. But you'll need the time, and for the time, you'll need the residency, so you don't have to worry about going in and out. But it's definitely easier as an American, depending who you meet, where you go to go up the ladder. You can definitely get higher. Can we get much higher? You can definitely get higher, James. So good question. It says, why do people focus on a negative in a new place when they left the old place to make a better life? It's strange to see in the comments. Do you think people suffer more from the fear of success? Let me see if I understand your question correctly. Why do people focus on the negative in a new place when they left the old place to make a better life? I don't think it's fear. I think it's more of expectations, right? So I have this thing on the channel where I say, listen, you're not in Kansas anymore. When I was living in the DR, I used to tell people like, hey, listen, you're gonna have to lower your expectations for some things when it comes to you living here. And then yeah, you're right, some of it could be flat out negative. Um, I don't know. Not fear of success. I think it's just expectations. I think people just need to like to align their expectations a little bit better. Dolomite asks, have you learned much Portuguese? I wouldn't say much because I have this teacher who's supposed to be teaching me, and it's like whenever we get together and she tells me, okay, we're gonna speak Portuguese. And I'm like, okay, cool, we speak Portuguese, and then we always end up back to English or back and forth. So I'm now in that process like where I'm watching things in Portuguese. I'm listening to it more around me, but it's definitely gonna take me longer than when I needed to learn Spanish. Yes, she does speak English. Good English. She speaks very good English. You'll find that here in Sao Paulo. You'll not a lot, but you'll find like some people have basic English because I believe that was like in their school systems here, like English classes. So you'll definitely find that more of that here in Sao Paulo than maybe you would as Rio. Jay said, "Did you use dating apps?" Yes, I did. Yes, I did use dating apps. And yo, honestly speaking, bro, I ain't saying this to hate. I ain't saying this to talk trash. But dating app experience here in Brazil is night and day between dating app experience in Dominican Republic, and I prefer it here. Really prefer it here. The girl I'm talking to now, I met her on a dating app, and a great woman, great woman. You'll meet some good people if you are into that. You can meet good people going out too. If you're like socially shy or you're walking around, you stop somebody in the street or you talk to somebody in the mall or bus stop. You can meet people wherever, bro, wherever. But yes, I did use dating apps. Night and day difference compared to DR. And here's better. Tech says, as far as YouTube content, how does Sao Paulo compare to Rio? Do you believe Rio is more popular? Why so? As far as YouTube content, I think Sao Paulo's untouched. I think Brazil as a whole is untouched compared to um, Rio. With Sao Paulo now, there's this whole page on Instagram dedicated to just restaurants and food and places to go eat, and it's so dope, y'all. Like my first time going to Brazilian buffet was in Brazil. Went to the spot called Baracol with the fellas, and it was fire, fire. Man, you just sit down and you flip your coin and they bring out all the food to you and you just eat till you can't eat no more. Fire. Some places are maybe like expensive. Some places are there's literally one across the street. Like I'm looking at one right now and it's a rodizo or buffet and it's like $13. It's like 68 reais. So lots of content to touch in Sao Paulo. For Rio, I say Rio's more popular because you know everybody knows Rio. Rio de Janeiro, the statue of Christ. Blah blah blah, da, 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 this and that. So I think that's why it's more popular. And people like that tend to go to where you know tourism flocks. You know, to be around other Americans or to be around other people from their countries or where they're more likely to find English speakers or just where tourism is. Like me, I lived around tourism once. I will never do it again. But maybe Rio is more popular, and that's fine. I'd rather keep it that way. I'd rather keep Rio that way. I don't want to oversaturate Sao Paulo. Not that I'm saying that everybody can hang, because not a lot of people would be able to hang um, as far as hanging in Rio or hanging in Sao Paulo. Because number one, wherever you go, you're gonna need the language. Yoga, what's cracking? He says, "Are you in Brazil right now?" Of course, I'm in Brazil, bro. You see this view behind me? Of course, I'm here, baby. Is it just odd that people sometimes focus more on your race than you as an individual? It is something I noticed. Your story is not just because you're scared. Yeah, that's just the times we live in, and you would have thought the times we lived in was the 1800s or the 1900s, James. But you know what I say to people like that? Fuck them, fuck them. What you eat don't make me shit. As long as you not threatening me, affecting my money or my people I care about or my livelihood, I could give two flying shits about how you feel about my skin color. There's racism all over. I gotta accept that, but it's whatever, man. I got better things to focus on besides that negativity. I got much more things to be happier about, things that I can control. Because racism, I can't control that. That's out of my hands, out of my control. I can't control racism. What I can control is my happiness, right? So the racist motherfucker that could be saying shit to me here or wherever it is may not be in the same position as me, right? He may not be coming home to this. He may not be able to go out to barbacoa with the fellas. He may not be able to go to on a date to the Japanese museum. So it was like, yo, I control what I can't control. What people eat don't make me shit. Do you miss anything about the DR? Um, I miss El Gusto Familiar. I miss my friends. I miss my friends. Um, I miss Russell. I miss Jorge. Um, Tomas, Nikki. I miss my friends. But other than that, nah. That's about it. It says Philly Dom is in Sao Paulo. All right, cool. Drop this information, his IG or something, in the comments for me, somebody, because I saw Asian government say that again. Sao Paulo is the only city in Latin America for Rolls Royce dealership, official Rolls Royce dealership. Not used. Yo, when I tell you the heat on the streets here, they got a Benz dealership, Rolls Royce dealership, Porsche. What else? Ferrari, but all that costs. You thought cars cost in the DR? All that costs here. Jeez Louise. Nation government says Chapapa and Philly down would be a great collaboration. Yo, I'm with it. I don't have Philly's contact, but yeah, if you guys want to do me that favor, drop that same comment in his videos or wherever. Be like, yo, Philly, Chapapas in Sao Paulo, y'all could collab. I'm definitely open to collaboration. So I'm with it. How much is mobile data service? What companies are out there? So I hear they have Claro, they have Vivo. Claro is cheap. I'm on a prepaid plan. I think I'm maybe around $6 a month for 12 gigas. Claro's cheap, super cheap. Yo, I see some more people join the live. I appreciate you guys. Y'all a little bit late to the party, but nevertheless, buenas noches, bon noche, bienvenido, bonsoir, sacafet, que lo que. I need you guys to like that video, and let me know who's here, who joined me. And if you missed this live, I'm sorry we missed you. But still, hope this video helps you out in some way or form. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let me know who's here. Um, Well, yeah, and yo, another thing, I'm glad you brought that up. Tech and travel, internet here is internet. Like yo, I was paying 100 megas for fiber optics in Santiago. That joint wasn't no fiber optics, man. Internet was slow, 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 bro. I'm here on. I think I got maybe 500 megas, 600 megas fiber optics, and I'm uploading videos that are gigabytes in less than a minute. It's beautiful. I'm gaming on a PS5 and my games are downloading like this. I'm online, I'm not lagging. Internet out here is beautiful. Absolutely loving it. Joel says, convince Unc to move to Brazil. He's tired of the DR. Yo, I was actually thinking to myself, right? When I get the Dominican route on, try to get Unc on also. And then I just want to pitch because they both went through something in the DR. You guys got to check out their last live. They both went through something in the DR. I just want to pitch something to them um, to move to Brazil. But I know he want to move. I know he want to leave DR because his daughter's there. But he's open to taking more vacations. Trust me, Joe. I've thought about it so much. I'm like, damn, if I could just talk to Uncle Russell, like, yo, Unc, man, just know what I mean? You know what I mean? We out? Just get him to come to Brazil. But I've definitely thought about that. I'm plotting. I'm gonna plot. He don't know it. I don't think Unc watching this, but yeah, I'm gonna plot on Russell. I'm gonna try to convince Russell to maybe think about spending more time in Brazil. Wish me luck on that. Y'all need to get his next live. Y'all need to get on his comments. Be like, yo, Russell, you might as well just move to Brazil with Chapapa TV, right? Might as well just get it over with. James asks, do you have a personal trainer there? How much is on? Not yet. I do plan on getting a personal trainer when I come back from New York. So I was gonna start one in October. I'm like, yo, there's no point with me being the amount of time I'm gonna be away because I'm going to New York. After New York, going to DR, and then from DR coming back to Brazil. So I have to find out how much is one. I think I have a friend of mine. Well, Rudy pays for a trainer, but Rudy's a very he's a very shout out to Rudy. He's a very money anything but a chicken wing type of guy. So like if he gotta spend, he's like Rudy is a spender. He don't care. So I think he paid 1,000 reais for his trainer. That's like $200 a month. So we'll see. But when I sign up for one, I'll definitely come on and keep you guys updated because I do want to train out here. I have one in DR. Didn't work out. Definitely want to start that over again. Yoga Yoga says, "Where is Chef Kelvin at?" I don't know. I don't fuck with him. I don't know. Is there a gym pool now in your apartment? There's two pools. There's two pools. Um, there's a sauna. There's like this. Okay, so there's this room where there's a sauna and there's a jacuzzi and there's like this long pool and then there's like these chairs and like a little tea thing, like a relaxation room. The gym. There's an outdoor pool. There's an indoor pool. There's a barbecue area. There's a recreational area with a pool room and a like a drink balcony. It's all like downstairs. There's an office if you want to go have your meetings or go edit, do stuff on your computer. And the building has Wi-Fi, which is dope. The building has Wi-Fi, and it has a little supermarket. Building has a little supermarket where you could go get ice, alcohol, food, eggs, oil, candy, um, batteries, just about anything you need. So I definitely said that's what I said earlier in this live. You get what you pay for out here in Brazil. You definitely get what you pay for. What happened with Kevin? I thought it was in Brazil. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't spoken to the dude since he fucked up my apartment. So I don't know. I could give a rat's ass about where he's at yoga yoga. If we have any other questions, Are the people warm and open or cold like most major cities? Okay, so people here would be like, hi. When I get in the elevator, be like, hi. To be like, bye. To be like, have a good afternoon, or Ubers. But I had a friend of mine who lives in Brasileira say that people in Sao Paulo are cold, but people up north like Bahia and places like that are nicer. I guess we'll see once I take you guys up to Bahia. But warm or cold, just like nah, I haven't experienced any coldness. Like I remember one time I was walking through the park and it was nighttime. I went to the park late one night and I was on my phone and the guy was like, "Hey, be careful on your phone here." So I wouldn't call that cold. Nah, yo, my apartment in Santiago, dude messed up my apartment. That's the dude. That's the guy that messed up my apartment. So I don't fuck with him anymore. Messed up my apartment. I had J's went missing. Had shit just. I didn't want to talk about that. That's in the past. Move forward with it, but I do not fuck with him. Have you noticed a different taste in food? I do notice that they like French fries with rice a lot here. um, Definitely a lot more. When I was a taste food, they're like home cooked food, like restaurant food is great. They love sushi. Brazilians love sushi. Food here is good. I wouldn't say it's like super seasoned like in RD, but my experience so far, food here is good. Not to say like drastic difference. Like I've had like the Taco Bell here is different. I'm a Taco Bell guy. When I smoke, that's my go-to smoke meal. Taco Bell. Taco Bell Hill tastes different. I think I like Taco Bell and DR more. But other than that, food, I rock with the food heavy. Food is very good. That's another thing I miss about DR. Somebody that asked me, I miss Square One. Square One is my spot. It said Kevin loves Jordans. Yeah, I know that. I know that, and I'm missing a pair. I'm missing a pair. I asked him, say he don't have it, so I'm like, I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, but I'm watching chilling. If you know what I mean. Have you had wagyu in Brazil? No, I haven't had that. What is that? Explain to me, James. What is that? Yeah, you guys, it's not good, man. That's why I'm like, when you move overseas, be careful with who you make friends with. Nah, they don't got pica pollo in Brazil. Pica pollo, damn, I haven't heard that in a minute. Nah, they don't have pica pollo out here. They have shish kebabs. Shish kebabs is a very popular thing. Like you go in the corner and the guy will have this grill. And you know what I love? You could pay everything with your card. Like rarely, like you see people use cash here. Everything is done by card. Even a shish kebab guy, you could pay with a card. But no pica pollo. No pica pollo. The pica pollo is like shish kebabs. Can you get the Dominican route to check his email? He inspired me to come to DR when he had an office downstairs from his apartment. The price is nice. I believe his information is in the bio of his channel, Bessie, for the Dominican route. So, like I said, I'm definitely gonna try to get the brother up on the channel. Hopefully this week, because this week I'm supposed to get Kings and Dreams, supposed to get Dominican route, and got to fight against YouTube traffic. So let's see, que lo que. Vamos a ver. Let's see if I do it. Let me hit him up right now. The Dominican route. Um, People are asking, when are you coming on? How's tomorrow? So let's see if tomorrow we can get the Dominican route on. Hopefully, traffic ain't too crazy. Ragu is beef, the best type of steak in the world is like butter steak or steak that melts in your mouth a bit. I, you know what? I've probably had it when I've gone to the Rodizo, but it's just that when it's like so much meat coming at you. Pause. It's like mad meat and all over the place, and they say the names like, oh, I'm just like, yeah, thank you. So it's like the names. I don't know. Yes, take a travel Apple Pay because that is what I use everywhere. I use Apple Pay for everywhere and everything, and I absolutely love it. Restaurant De Betty, dry aged special meat place. This has Wagyu beef. All right, is that here in Sao Paulo? And another thing, James, the girl that I'm dating, she's a vegetarian, so it's like I can't ask her to put me onto these meat places. So it's a little bit hard. These are ventures I got to go on my own, but I'm definitely with it. Let me actually save that spot right now. Let me take a picture of it actually. Actually, save that spot right now. The Betty, and thank you for that. That is in Sao Paulo. Thank you, James. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, Apple Pay everything. Apple Pay. Yo, sometimes I don't even leave the house with my wallet. Maybe I'll leave with my ID, but as far as my cards, I'll leave my cards at home, and then just Apple Pay everything. Love it, love it, love it. Hope you guys are hitting that like button, man. Let me see. Let me see, because I'll be telling folks to hit that like button. You guys be falling asleep. You make my dreams come true. Ooh, 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 ooh. Only 16 likes, y'all. Come on, we can do better than that. Share this with your friends. Tell your friends like, hey, listen, live Q&A from the man, the youngest expat to ever touch Dominican Republic. To this day, nobody's gonna challenge me on that. Please, youngest expat touch Dominican Republic. Now in Brazil, come ask your questions. Live Q&A. About to end this though. We've been on for an hour and a half. It's about to be midnight over here in Brazil. It's 11:46. I'm an hour ahead. I don't know how that's gonna work out when daylight savings happens in the states. How's that gonna work out? Do you guys go 2 hours behind? I bet, yeah. The Dominican route just answered. He says yes, he can come on tomorrow. Um, so real quick before I answer this, before I end this live, drop some comments on things Haitian Government, if you're still here, on things the Dominican route and I could talk about tomorrow. But I think definitely it's going to be more of a exchange of experience living in DR because, to be honest, I started following him in 2020. I think that's like the same time um, the Dominican route started his YouTube channel, and he was like the whole. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but like it was because of his channel where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop being a single dog, and I'm just gonna settle down. And I'm gonna date seriously. I'll get in a relationship with somebody while I was living in Santiago. So I guess it was kind of like motivation from his success. But as we know, that shit ain't work out. So we're gonna have a nice chat tomorrow when the Dominican route comes on, definitely. But reached out to him. He said he's down. Just gotta figure out the topic. Damn, y'all giving me work. I gotta get the thumbnail and all that good stuff. He's learning about Sao Paulo from Yusuf. No, I didn't. Rest in peace to him, but I did not learn about Sao Paulo from Yusuf. Definitely would have been nice though. No city is perfect. Joel says, "What do you dislike about Sao Paulo? Too much pollution, crime." I dislike the rent. I don't like the rent. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, rent is great, it's cheap." No, I hate the rent. Um, The traffic is predictable, but I still hate it. So around lunchtime, you'll get traffic, and around when people get off work, you'll get traffic, crime. Haven't experienced crime, thank God. Um, but I do always hear to be careful, and da da da, and this like that, especially with your phone. I do go to this part of Republica where like they're like snatchers on bikes, and they'll like snatch people's phones or they'll like knock it out of your hands. I've seen a few times where like, and they'll do it like right across the street from a police station. I've seen a few times where like they'll snatch somebody's phone, and the person's like trying to chase them down the bike. It's terrible. Like, but it's like everywhere in the world. You just got to be careful where you go. Too much pollution? No. Very clean city. Very clean city. What do I dislike? I guess it's bad. It's like I'm like, yo, there's just too much to do. Like, there's so much restaurants, so much bars, so much malls. It's just like really hard to tackle everything. But other than that, the city is great. I am open to moving to other parts of Brazil, living in other parts of Brazil, if it fits, if it works. But aside from that, I have no complaints about Sao Paulo. Just the rent. Rent could be better, but you get what you pay for. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this like one more minute. Any last minute questions that you guys will have for me? Brazil, Dominican Republic related. Are you gonna take a helicopter around the city? I saw that on Instagram. We'll see. I'm not too fond of helicopters or heights, for that matter. Um, but we'll see. It's definitely available. I know there's this one restaurant here that offers helicopter ride around, and it's a rooftop restaurant. I'm not too fond. We'll see what happens. I'll ask the lady about it. And speaking of the brother, he just popped up the Dominican route. You guys ask, you shall receive. We're gonna be on tomorrow night. We're definitely gonna exchange. Somebody said try to convince him to move to Brazil. So we're gonna talk about everything. It's gonna be a great, great live. But definitely been a long time coming because we've been I've been like I said, I followed the brother before I even made a YouTube channel, and technically he was the reason why I even went and got into a relationship while I was living in the Dominican Republic, because his success inspired me. But that shit didn't work out. So it's gonna be a good live. Shout out to the Dominican Rock. Make sure you guys go check out and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already yet. He said, at least you're not paying NYC rent. Yeah, you're right. NYC was not a good time. BL, good night. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. What does 1500 rent get you? 1500 rent get you something nice. It'll probably get you maybe a penthouse. It'll get you a very tall floor. It'll get you a nice building. It'll get you a nice um apartment building. So 1500 will get you really good for rent. You don't have to go out all out like that, but with 1500 rent, you live in a very nice place. What time? I'll talk to the Dominican route about that. Maybe since you guys know I'm an hour ahead of Eastern. Maybe same time. Yeah, I'll probably because I don't want to get on too late because I'm about to hit midnight. So maybe like 9 p.m. 9 p.m. 9:15. You guys time tomorrow. All right. Chapapa TV, the Dominican route, long way coming. I'm gonna see if maybe Russell could get on. I'm gonna hit up Uncle and ask him if he could get on tomorrow. And that way get the both of them on. And like you guys said earlier, I'm gonna pitch a different country to the both of them, and I'm gonna try to get both of them to be my neighbors, and we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see what happens. This is a special request coming from the subscribers, so definitely tomorrow night. But if you guys have nothing else to say, I thank you guys for tuning in to this live. It was real. I hope I answered some questions for you. Hasta mañana. Make sure you guys turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, like this video. To all you guys who tuned into the live, thank you. For all of you guys who are watching after, sorry I missed you. Turn on the bell. Next time you won't miss me. And hey, shout out to my brother. What's good, bro? How you doing? Been a minute. This guy was supposed to link me up in DR for the past 3 years. For the past 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. If you're who I think you are. But yeah, yo, great live. We're gonna be on tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9:15 the latest, with the Dominican route. Maybe try to get Uncle Russell on. Don't be late.